This free strategy on TradingView has turned $1,000 into over $20,000, a 21x return since January 2022. And I'm going to show you how to connect this strategy to Phemex in today's video. If you're not aware of Phemex, Phemex is awesome. There's actually a partnership between Phemex, myself, and Coin Trading. There's a special link. Go ahead and click that link. You'll be brought to this page. Go ahead and hit the register now, whatever animation or thing that might be there. But we're going to be here on Phemex for this video. So on the landing page, we're going to go over here to Futures, USDM, Perpetual, and we're going to click on Solana. This is going to open up the Solana Futures market. In this area, we're going to go over here to where it says Trading Bot, and I'm going to have to say goodbye so that way you can actually see what I'm talking about. Hit Trading Bot. We're going to come down here to where it says Signal Trading. There are already some bots that I've created, and you can see them in progress down here. SUI, SPX, Solana, got some green, got one that's red. That's okay, but these bots are running and they're doing their job, running 24/7, 365, which is the whole idea. So we're going to add a new signal by clicking Add Signal. First, we have to create a webhook on Phemex, but we need to call this something first. I'm going to call this Sol Momentum Strategy for myself, and you can give whatever description you want here. Doesn't really matter. And we're going to go to the next step, which is more important. Now, we have some information that we need. For one, you do have to have a TradingView account, and I assume that you already have that. Now we're going to enter in the webhook URL. We need to copy this for a second, and we have some alert messages that are set over here as well. Now, the good news is that I already have these alert messages set up, but I want you to see right here where it says signal token. This is very important. This is basically the secret sauce to creating your bots and running your bots. So you never ever want to share this information with other people. Once you have this information and you've saved it, which I need to copy this, I'm going to put it somewhere for myself and I'll show you where in just a second. There we go. And then we're going to come back over here. And then we are going to save and create the bot. Now that it's done, we need to choose our trading pair selection, which is Solana. We need to choose how much we're going to use of our investment. We can use a fixed amount. We can use also a percentage by clicking down here and doing investment amount ratio or available margin ratio. So for this video, we're just going to go ahead and put in $100 with 10x leverage. No, I don't think so. We're going to drop this down to 3x. That's a little bit more reasonable in my opinion. And now that we have this all set up, that's it. That's literally it. And we can create the bot. Now it's not all said and done. Everything that we need is back in the previous menu. We have to have that signal. We have to have the alerts. We have to have all that fun stuff. So we have our Sol Momentum strategy right here. And we're going to go to Create Bot. And we're going to get all that information entered in again. So we're going to do 100 USDT with 3x leverage. We have everything all set up. Investment amount ratio. I'm actually going to put in 95%. So it's not using the entire available amount. It's going to be using 95% of whatever it's going to be compounding every single time. And we're going to go ahead and hit create. Now that the bot has been created, now it's waiting for information. But we can see the signal is the Sol Momentum strategy. It has $100 allocated to this. And now it's just waiting. Waiting for what? I'm glad you asked. Over here, on their resource page, there's a guide to alarm or alert system specifications. There's a lot of different examples, and to be honest, it's a little bit of a techno jargon rabbit hole. So I've already done the work for you and given you everything you need to know in the document that's linked down below, as well as a link to the momentum strategy on TradingView, which I'll show you where that is in a second. These are the alerts that we need, and we also need that webhook URL for the Phemex bot. This unfortunately has a black background, so we're going to go ahead and just fix that. Cool. So this is the format, and we need our signal token right here. And again, this is going to be different depending on your account. It will refresh. So right here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and where it says replace with signal token, I'm going to go ahead and put that in right there. Now, even though the text, the font is different, it really doesn't matter. The point is that I'm putting the signal token in the right spot. So now what we need to do is we need to go over to TradingView. You already have this all set up, but the momentum strategy is again a free strategy. And the difference between a strategy and an indicator is actually pretty interesting. Indicators like the TBO indicator, which I love, like on balance volume, like relative strength index. These just show us information. But a strategy denoted by this little wavy line with the arrows, this is letting us know that we can actually use this for buy and sell signals, whether it's the TBO, whether it's our better crypto signals, the DCA Backtester Pro, the TBO Pro Backtester, all that fun stuff. For this video, we're actually going to go over here to technicals and we're going to type in momentum strategy, and it's right here. It's actually already been added, but if you want to use this a lot, go ahead and hit that add from favorites or add to favorites star, and then it's going to be added. Once it's been added, the default setting, I believe, is 12, and I have it set to a length of 18. Now, in the properties menu, I have this thing set up to use $1,000 of initial capital, and I am compounding every single trade. That's why this works so well. If you use a quantity of 1 for every single trade, you will not get incredible results. Yes, it does beat buy and hold, but compounding, which means using a percent of your equity over and over and drastically compounding, gives you drastic results. Not comfortable with 95% every single time? Well, reduce your order size down to 50, and it will reduce your total P&L, and you'll still have good performance. The quantity matters because that's going to be sent over to Phemex. So now that we have this set to 18, our properties are set up for how much capital we want to put in. So I should actually put in $100 because that's how much I put over on Phemex. Now we can hit OK. And again, we want this information to be exactly what we saw over on Phemex. So we're going to hit OK, good to go. Now we need to create our alerts. We're going to go up here to the alert icon. And first thing, we have to tell it what to do. We're already set on the symbol for Solana. The condition is not going to be the price. It's going to be our momentum strategy. Our interval is going to be the same as a chart or 1 hour. Good to go. Now we're going to go over here to the message. This is where we need to go back to all the stuff that's been pre-done for us. We're going to copy all of this jargon over here. We're going to go back to TradingView and we're going to paste this alert in, and now it's already been formatted correctly. Everything that's here will help us, and it's basically telling Phemex, open along when you receive this blue arrow signal. That's essentially what it means, okay? Now in the notifications, this is where the Phemex webhook URL has to go. And it's a long string, but again, it's already over there on Phemex. I'll go ahead and just leave it on the Google Doc for you. And that's the first step. So we're gonna go ahead and hit create. Now, because we're gonna be going long and short separately, we're gonna press Alt A or Option A. Alt A if you're on Windows, Option A if you're on Mac, to create a new alert. Same process, momentum strategy, same as chart, 1 hour. Now in the message, we're going to open up our short with it because we want to go long and we want to go short. Basically, it's a ping pong strategy. I'm going to go back over here, copy paste, voila, is done. Make sure the notifications is set for the webhook URL. That's it. It's literally done. It's literally that easy. So when the next alert is generated over here on Solana's chart here on Binance, it doesn't really matter what it is, but as soon as it sends one of these MOMSEs, it's going to be shorting the chart of Solana. And then it will continue to short until it gets one of these blue arrows, which will trigger a long. Now, a little bit of a reality check. Right here, we can see in the strategy that there are periods of drawdown. There are periods of chop where we're not going to be feeling too great because we're going to see it going up and down, up and down. But eventually, patience pays. Even with big run-ups like this, and we have drawdown, we can see that eventually we see the price continue to go up and up and up. I want to give you another example of this here in the list of trades. Right now, we're looking at our most recent trade. And you can see this last one is currently in a profit right now of 15%. It's still working on it because it's not fully closed yet. It says the exit is still open. Now, here's the important thing you have to remember. You will not always have these amazing home run hits. Sometimes it will be a small loss. Sometimes it'll be a small win. And understand that this also tells you here in the overview that only 27% of the trades are profitable. But when you have the right strategy set up and you're compounding, yes, you will have some drawdown. Yes, you'll have some amazing trades that help to grow. Yes, you'll be up $1,000, then you'll go all the way down to $600. But again, going long and short like this with this strategy is proven to be really effective. But one thing I want to show you right here is that this trade looks incredible. But if we go to the very first trade, we see a win here of 0.15%, and it's basically 14 cents. We try to find a big win early on. Here we go, 16% profit, which is a really good short right here, but it only earns us $15. What gives? Well, the reason why is look at the position size. When we start out, it's using, again, 95% of our total available funds. So we're going to see that number fluctuate. We have a big win, and that inflates the position size here to $105. So when we have losses, it takes away from that, and we see it drop down more and more. And then we're going to eventually see it catch up to us and start going above $100. Eventually, it starts to go up a lot more and a whole lot more. We're actually going to have to zoom through this to finally get to the point where now we're placing positions of over $1,000. So compounding is actually an amazing, it's amazing phenomenon that happens when it comes to strategies like this. So when you're using this and experimenting with it, there are probably other settings, other timeframes, other tickers that'll work even better. But I just wanted to get you thinking about how you could use a free strategy, not the TBO, not the TBO Pro backtester. This is something that's literally free to anyone, to send signals over to Phemex so that way you could start generating your own profits passively. Now, again, there's no guarantee of amazing profits. You're rarely going to hit these huge home run wins. But when you do, that will exponentially grow your portfolio. But it also means that your losses will be exponentially expanded. The important thing to remember is that as your portfolio grows, you need to make sure that the wins are going to get bigger, but so will the losses. And you have to learn how to stomach that. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it is a great passive strategy to earn more using bots on Phemex. Again, click the link in the description below to sign up for Phemex, and also check for those links for Google Drive, for that doc that I shared, and for the API, or rather the webhook URL. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.